What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy, Luciferian Prince, coming at y'all once again. Welcome. Here it is. It's about a little after 5 in the morning in the laboratory. Like I said, still handling business. And I had this on my mind yesterday, but I had to, do some more things, handle some family business, yada. But still fresh on my mind, still fresh in my heart. If you're watching this around children, please remove them from your immediate vicinity, and these videos are not for children. All right? Good. Got it? Good. I'm going to tell people, in light of the previous videos that I've recorded, they haven't been gaining very much traction because, again, truth is often shadow banned, and it's only going to get worse as time goes on. But if you can get these bits of information while you can, please share with the community, share with other people. I'm not on any other platforms because I have other ventures to deal with. I tried that before and it never really worked out. So spread the word, let people know. This does not constitute legal advice, nor does it constitute anything anti-government. Sole purpose is for informational and educational purposes only. Now, we got all that cleared up. Now, the title of this video is You're the Capital. Okay? Now, when I say that you're the capital, you have to realize that you are. And a lot of people don't know what I mean when I say this. And I'm going to break it down in the most simplistic terms I possibly fucking can, so you can actually understand what I mean when I say you're the capital. Okay. In legal terminology, there's such thing called the principal. Okay? And in commerce, there's such thing called the principal obligation. Now, legal terminology, you have what's called constitutor. Okay? Now, these are all terms you need to look up yourself. To go into detail on it is just going to only prolong the video and basically enable you to not go do your research yourself. But I will expound on one definition that you need to understand why you are the principal. And the constitutor is the individual who is responsible for the liabilities associated with the debt trust. Okay? Constitutor. He or she who swore by a simple pact to pay the debt of another. And this is always the principal obligation. Bouvier's Law Dictionary, 1865. Now, go to what obligation is. Now, when I say you are the capital, you have to realize that every offer of contract that someone gives you is often associated with a liability. Look up liability. Liability means that this is something that is on the negative side, the deficit of any type of ledger for any commercial venture whatsoever. Now, a lot of people don't understand what this means because they're not familiarized with legalese. I suggest you start getting familiar with legalese. Now, when it says you are the capital, look up capital. Hence the term capital name. In and of itself, that is direct association with a trust. We've been through this several times, and if you're new here, welcome. Because when you're in my class, you're going to do some homework. So for those who have been here, let me connect the dots for you. In other words, they use your trust association to basically say, hey, we got something good for you. Prime example. Let's say somebody asked me, I'm going to use this as an example, because somebody asked me in the comment section when I was talking about commercial fraud and so forth and so on. It was like, does this apply to insurance? It does. Why does this apply to anything? Because it's all commercial. Insurance on any notion is all commercial. Okay? Let me tell you something. I've known people in the past who have paid on time, and this is the reason why it lapses like this, because you can't really pay anything. You can only accept things for value, accept it for its value, and that's it. But once you become a secure party creditor, if you're not, then you won't understand that process of what I mean. But in reality, when you look at it for what it's worth, um, insurance, car insurance, uh, life insurance, all that stuff like that. Anything that the trust is associated with generates its own commercial value. So let's just say like life insurance. Somebody says you have a policy, okay? Look up the word policy in Black's Law Dictionary. Don't care what edition you use, the definition is the same in law. They'll usually say, okay, we can hook you up with, don't let them trick you that they're actually the ones doing it. They're accessing your trust, whether you believe it or not. And what they do is they'll tell you, okay, what are you looking for? Are you looking for, whole life? Are you looking for, a particular type of structure? Okay, now notice that this is all centered around your trust, okay? So your trust is being accessed because for the life of the trust is what they're actually saying that they're covering. Because there's no such thing as life insurance when you're fucking dead. Okay? There's no such thing as life insurance when you're dead. So they'll tell you, oh, we have a $250,000 policy. Well, let me tell you something. In the U.S., the average funeral can cost anywhere between let's say with inflation, anywhere between $25,000 to $32,000. Who the fuck needs a $250,000 life insurance policy? Oh, it's for your family. Don't ever fall for that bullshit. Okay? Don't ever fall for that bullshit. Who the hell, even celebrities don't have $250,000 motherfucking funerals, okay? Let's keep it straight. So when they try to tell you this is what they're doing. They're accessing your trust for the amount, and then they're actually making you pay on it every month. But here's the thing. When it comes around to the time that you going, you have no say-so because you ain't fucking alive no more, so what difference does it make? Your family or your beneficiary is the one that basically is the individual who's like, hey, they got to go through all the legalities. Something happens to you, universe forbid, but shit, we all gonna fucking die one day. But they'll turn around and then they'll be like, okay, well, you have to get this documentation. You have to get this documentation. You got to get the copy of the policy. You got to get all this, right? Now, let's just say something happened to you, was in the hospital, and you lapse in the payment. Now that you lapse in the payment and you're gone, they'll turn around and try to convince your family member that you have to reinstate the policy, which could take anywhere between 72 to, let's say, 72 hours. Okay, so now they got to do all the paperwork and everything. And most insurance companies, to be honest with you, take months to try to pay out. You know what I'm saying? So look at all the hardship your family is going through at the time of your absence when you are sitting on a $250,000 life insurance policy. That should be automatic payout upon receipt of the death certificate. But that's neither here nor there. But at the same token, a lot of people do not do what I call creditor disclosure statements. Because when it comes to insurance, there are certain things you need to know before your ass get up out of here if you got life insurance. All right? Before you need to do a full disclosure, because you have to realize it's under an account number, which means that the account number is associated with the trust, which is associated with you, which is the name on that policy. So there can be a certain degree of fraud in there, and you're doing your due diligence to make sure that you know exactly who and what you're dealing with. Not only to mention, if I'm covered and I'm fully covered, I shouldn't be paying you a goddamn thing. Okay? I shouldn't be paying you anything. And if I have a notice from one insurance company telling me that I have it fully paid for, what are you still asking me for some fiat for? That's when you start doing your inquiries. Just because someone sends you a statement on an insurance policy, you need to start doing your forensic homework. Like, let's talk about the other lovely insurance, car insurance. Car insurance. Oh boy, that's fucking fun, right? I know everybody be like, well, I got to pay this insurance. Okay, Do you not know that certain policies and certain things that insurance companies hide in their clauses in regards to the contracts that they make you sign? Even though you pay your insurance, right? You'll turn around and it's conditions. Like, say for instance, liability, collision, so forth and so on. All of that's great, it's covered. But insurance companies are quick to want you to pay. Car insurance companies are quick to want you to pay, like to cover you, but they take a long fucking time. If something was to happen to your vehicle, they take a long ass time. They drag their fucking feet because insurance companies don't like to pay out. Now people are like, well, what are you talking about? They don't like to pay out. They don't, because what you're doing is basically you're providing them a sustenance for them to go to certain brokerages and basically, yes, I said brokerages, and actually let these stocks come to maturity off of your dime. Now, this is financial talk. This ain't just gibberish. This is real shit. So if you get into an accident, they're going to do all they can in the meantime, between time, to try to sit here and try to get all the details. Did you get the police report? Did you do this? Did you go to the hospital? Did you do? It's like, what the fuck? I got into a car accident. Goddamn, I'm calling you for a reason. It's all documented. It's all everything. And that's why I tell people, be aware and be vigilant of insurance companies, because they can come to you with this nice ass shit and this proposal and try to convince you like, hey, we give the best insurance. I don't want to hear that shit. All insurance is the same. It's just about the rate that they charge you for utilizing their services. And the only reason why you're utilizing their services is because they're recognized by most motor vehicle agencies. So they ain't doing nothing special. They just beat other people to the punch. You know what I'm saying? That's why I hate when people brag about what type of insurance they have. It doesn't matter. As long as they're certified by any recognizable motor vehicle service or any law enforcement service, and yes, that's why they always ask you for those things. License, registration, and insurance. It's all a connection and chain of contracts, people. But nonetheless, they always take the longest. Then, depending on what type of coverage you have, they only cover certain things for a certain amount. So, you need to find these things out about these people. So if you have an insurance company, do a creditor disclosure statement. You need to. You need to find out exactly what's going on behind the scenes with things that pertain to you, which is why I always tell people, do consumer law. Learn the consumer law. Once you learn the consumer law, you can now walk confidently into any legal fiasco that you may have with these entities, because you've done your due diligence to explain yourself thoroughly on paper or via phone call or both or email. All three. Sometimes you got to catch them on all bases. Okay? That way they can't say they didn't do it. And in regards to it, they have to give a thorough explanation. Just because you signed something doesn't mean you understand it. Don't ever let nobody tell you in commercial activity because you signed something that you signed it. That's not an explanation. You know what I'm saying? That's not an explanation. You see what I'm saying? Because most of these policies and insurance, in any instance, they have terms and conditions. As you can see, when I was dealing with that situation with True Stage, when I was dealing with the insurance company, they're trying to tell me how I can use something that's particularly pertinent to me. How could you tell me what I can use? How could you tell me? My name's on it. But then they turn around and again, they transact the role and they switch the role and they make you the trustee and them the beneficiary. Look up those two words. They make you the trustee now. Okay, well, we got the information we need. So basically, we could tell you what we want you to do. No, it don't work like that. Because in any instance, that is called an illegal conveyance. And basically what you did was you basically transferred and you tricked me under deceptive methodical practices to basically use my trust for your own business venture and benefit. And when I checked an insurance company sometime earlier this year about that, all of a sudden they wanted to drop me from the race. Yeah, because I started doing my forensic homework. And I'm going to do a video on forensic homework sometime later down in the future. You know what I'm saying? You need to do your forensic homework. Stop being lazy in most instances and start digging deep. When you start digging deep, you'll start finding out a lot of stuff about this venture and this journey and how to protect yourself in the commercial world. And once you do that, you'll be set. This is why I encourage a lot of people to read. This is why I encourage a lot of people to get on the phone, to email, and to do your due diligence. Look at me, I'm up fucking 5 o'clock in the morning. And this is no flex. This is the time I get up. Normally, I was actually up earlier than this. You know, I'm an early bird. Early bird. I'm up earlier than the bird. Straight. I'm up early. All I need is a few hours of sleep. That is all I need. I don't need no 8 hours and none of that shit. I don't need none of that at all. That's a fact. I don't need any of that. A few hours of sleep, I'm good. And plus, I like to get up early in the morning because it's quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'm an introvert. I don't like being around a lot of motherfucking people. I just don't. People to me, man, they just sound like a bunch of noise. I like peace and quiet. I'm just being real. I mean, it's just how I've always been. I don't like a lot of people. I don't like a lot of noise. I don't. Some people just like that noise, but that's just me, though. But anywho, yes, people, start doing your homework. Start, doing your due diligence, and start sticking it to these folks. You know what I'm saying? Start sticking it to them. What you gonna do? Or you gonna let them stick it to you? You gonna keep claiming you in debt? It's like I told people. I said it before in my video, and I'm gonna say it again. You are not the debtor. You are the capital. You are the creditor. You are the one that surrenders your credit whenever you enter into voluntary contracts with any entity. But now that you know, you know. Ain't no turning back now. You know now. So be careful with the contracts you involve yourself with. Start studying contract law and start getting involved in basically your own redemption from those contracts. Because contracts are what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Whether it be a verbal contract, whether it be a contract by assent, whether it be a unilateral contract, which are tickets, or anything like going to the hospital, everything is a contract. Anytime you sign anything, it's a contract. Anything that requires your signature is a contract. And make sure you reserve your rights at all times. Irrespective of you being a secured party creditor or not, I suggest you become one just in case. I suggest strongly you become one. UCC 1308 reserves your rights in commerce. So if you don't understand something, your rights are reserved. And anyone that tells you that you particularly can't use UCC 1308, don't do business with them. Don't do business with them, or tell them, could I speak to somebody that may understand what I'm getting ready to do? Because obviously you're telling me what you want me to do and you're not my fucking lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a right to make a legal determination on how I endorse my documentation, period. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the right to do that. That's not your position. Your position is to just process this paperwork. So that's why y'all need to start being more assertive in your education with this stuff and stop being so timid and start checking these motherfuckers and start telling them, don't tell me what to do with my motherfucking paper. And that's in less than 19 minutes. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all can't let these people bully y'all or else your life gonna continue to be a living hell. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to hear what I have to say, you think it's just a bunch of gibberish, cut my fucking video off. Go jack the fuck off or something. I don't know what you do with people who got simple minds, but I'm over here, promoting the positivity of the commercial experience that comes with being a secured party creditor in this commercialistic, capitalistic environment until shit hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. And I ain't anticipating it. I ain't anticipating the collapse of America. Only weaklings do that. Yeah, I want to see America burn. Nah, I want to see us shine. Fuck all that. They're gonna kill them. They're gonna kill themselves. I'm trying to do my thing. I ain't worried about that shit. Never have been, never will be. Always lived in my own world since. So I don't pay that stuff no mind. That propaganda, fear mongering. Yeah, I tell people get ready. Yeah, I tell people get their shit together. Yeah, I tell people. But in the meantime, focus on what the fuck you need to focus on. I tell people all the time, what y'all need to do is keep your motherfucking mind off of what's going on out there in the world, because it's all distraction. See, That's why my videos don't get much traction, because I encourage, you know, critical thought. I'm not out here on these YouTube channels talking about conspiracy and all that shit. I'm talking about how to save your ass from this commercial beast. I'm not up here talking about Puff Daddy being accused as it. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck that got to do with me? Who cares? Shit, that's his problem. You know what I'm saying? We entertain ourselves as a society with some of the most mundane shit instead of hitting these motherfucking books and getting active. They just throw that stuff out there to keep the simple-minded simple-minded. That's the truth. Like I said, that's the reason why I ain't being shadow banned because I'm saying anything wrong. I'm saying what the fuck is right. You know what I'm saying? People who disagree and anything, fuck you. I know what type of power I work with. And I damn sure I'm past the stage of trying to convince motherfuckers. I've been past that since my 20s. I'm 35. Fuck that shit. I'm tired of trying to convince people. Been tired. I don't even talk to people about it. If you ain't on my frequency, fuck you. That's it. Cause it's just like you talking to a brick wall with some people. Don't waste your time if you one of them people that you know what you're talking about when people just don't want to hear it. Fuck them. I don't care if it's your own mama. People are like, damn, that's cold. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? The truth is not for everybody. Period. Some people will wallow in the illusion. That's their thing. That's what they like. Who am I to change you from your stupid ass ways? Who the fuck am I to change you from idleness and stupidity? I'd rather tap into some real shit and build with 3 people who know what the fuck going on than 16 people who talking about who the fuck fucking with who. Love and hip hop shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. That's just me. I'd rather build with people. That's why I said on my lives, I don't give a fuck. I don't need 20,000 people watching the live. That's 20,000 eyes that is entertained. I'd rather deal with a live with people who actually are serious about this shit. Hell, give me 15 people. Give me 20 people. You know what I'm saying? Give me 15 people. Give me 20 people. That's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, to be honest with you, in the future, my lives are not going to be public. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to post, I'm going to limit the audience. You know what I'm saying? For those people. And I'm going to schedule a day and a time for when I do my live. My lives are not going to be public anymore. It's only going to be for people who make a contribution for the time and space that the live is scheduled for. That's what it's going to be. It's called crowd control. Because everybody that come to your live and you do it public ain't really for you. They just watching you and they don't even know what the fuck you talking about. They just see it says live and it pops up. But if it's for a scheduled time and for a limited audience, I will post it in my community and I will let you know exactly what you need to do in order to attend the live at that time. And guess what? I don't like being late. If you missed the live though, the beautiful thing is if you do miss it or you're busy and you were scheduled for the live and you missed it, you'll still get that access to that video because it will not be accessible to the public. You, the individual who made the contribution to the live, you'll actually be invited at a certain time. So you ain't gonna miss out. You ain't missing out on no change neither because you have exclusive access to that live. Like I said, that's just the way I'm rolling. Crowd control. You know what I'm saying? It's crowd control. Real talk. So if you're serious about your education, I don't like my words falling on deaf ears. And that's just the way I'm going to roll. So normally you will see it. I can't predict the future of anything. But when I do go for scheduling my live, you will know. And I will give you the link to what you need to do and what you need to do next. If you don't do it, don't get mad. Hey, man. Know what I'm saying? We just a secret society over here. You know, I tried to do the crowd thing before. It just didn't work. It was like too many junk emails, too many inquiries of people who just shopping around. I ain't had time for that shit. Serious inquiries only. You know what I'm saying? Serious inquiries only. It's just basically gonna be like your time to ask questions. And if you did pay, if you did pay and make a contribution, and you did pay and you don't something you don't understand in the live, you have exclusive access to email me. You see what I'm saying? You do. Other than that, that's how I'm rolling. I'm rolling into 2024 a different way. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, people. It's my channel. I do what the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like it, skedaddle to Seattle. Other than that, I'm about to go make me some grits and some boiled eggs and sausage. I'm hungry. Been a long night for me, man. I'm out. Other than that, agents, man, fuck you before sunrise. Other than that, peace, light, love. Y'all take care. See y'all soon.